why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the turf field here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail is a casual American dining experience. They specialize in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads. It's an inviting atmosphere for the whole family to enjoy. You can check them out right here in Milford on Main Street. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet, so happy to be with you on the call, so happy to be back out here on the football field for week 4 of this high school football season. And tonight, your Milford Scarlet Hawks return home 3-0 to start the season, and they take on a very tough opponent here tonight in the 3-0 Natick Red Hawks, 2 non-conference opponents that have become really good rivals so far in these last several years. They have played every season since 2021, and it's been exciting matchups just about every single season. These two teams really challenge each other, so we are looking forward to a really fun matchup tonight. We've got a big crew on hand here for Milford TV bringing you this live coverage, and as always, we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization. They specialize in advanced therapies and biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And part of our broadcast team once again for this game this week is Cody Crawford. We had a chance to have Cody with us for Milford's Week 1 victory over Westfield, and Cody is back with us, and right now he is actually down on the field ready to really set the scene for this pivotal Week 4 matchup between Milford and Natick. So let's toss it down to Cody to hear more.
Thank you, Tim. It's great to be here tonight for this huge matchup. Over the last 2 days, it's been pouring rain and it's been a gloomy atmosphere here in Milford, Massachusetts. But this morning, the sun arose on a beautiful community with the anticipation of this tight battle between the Natick Redhawks and the Milford Scarlet Hawks. Both teams are 3-0 and excited about showing what they have and how important their team is to this tight Massachusetts race. On each side of the field, it's strength versus strength. Right now, Natick fields one of the top defenses in the state of Massachusetts, and over the last 3 games, they've only allowed 14 total points. However, Milford's strength has been their offense, and they continue to average over 33.5 points a game this season, and they look to go head-to-head with that strong offensive line and that solid defensive unit that Natick fields. It's an amazing environment here in Milford tonight. The concession stand is busy, the Gridiron Club is amazing, and everybody's ready for this one-of-a-kind matchup. If you're not here on the field for this atmosphere, you can feel it, the rumble from the crowd, and everyone's ready to go. And Tim, I can't wait to get up in the booth with you for this great game. Back to you upstairs.
Thanks so much, Cody. Looking forward to having you join me up here in the press box in just a moment, as right now the teams get ready to take the field. Milford being led in by the honor guard here tonight. You could no doubt hear the bagpipes in the background as Cody gave us that live hit from down at the field. Milford gathering in the far end zone, about ready to make their entrance. Natick still in the lingering sunshine over on the far side of the field, ready to take the field as well. Again, 2 unbeaten teams so far on this season, and we're just about 10 minutes away from kickoff in this matchup. Again, we've had a chance to cover a couple of these head-to-head meetings between Milford and Natick over the years, and a lot of them have come down to the final plays. And so we'll see what kind of battle is on tap here between these 2 teams tonight. It is Teacher Appreciation Night here at the Milford Turf tonight. The football players honoring their teachers prior to the game. The band members and cheerleaders will honor more of the great Milford Public School teachers coming up at halftime as well, as the marching band strikes up from the bleachers, and just moments away from this MHS football team taking the field. Right now it is the varsity cheerleaders along with the youth cheerleaders lined up in the tunnel outside of that far end zone as the players will run through here in just a moment from now. Just an absolutely beautiful day, as Cody so aptly mentioned from down on the field. It was very rainy here in Milford the last couple of days, including some at times torrential downpours yesterday, but so happy that the clouds parted to give us a beautiful summer-like atmosphere for this game tonight. Temperatures right around 80 degrees for much of the day today. Still very warm conditions here as this game is about to get started, and a 6 o'clock start time for this game tonight.
As a reminder, for the safety of everyone in attendance,
Week 1 was technically supposed to be a 6 o'clock start time as well, but a late audible led to that game getting pushed back to a more traditional 7 o'clock start time. But all the remaining home games for Milford right now are anticipated to be 6 p.m. start times. And so Cody Crawford now joining me back upstairs in the booth after maybe just a light sprint back up here to the press box. And Cody, again, you set the scene so well. So exciting to have football back here in Milford. Again, these home games for Milford this season are at a premium. These fans have been waiting a couple of weeks. This team played so well on the road and hoping to carry that momentum back here onto their home field.
Oh yeah, it's always good to get home and get some of that home cooking. Great crowd here tonight. Definitely walking back from the field, you see all the excitement in everybody's eyes. This is a huge game for Milford, and we're in for a treat tonight, I believe. 2 strengths going head-to-head, a lot on the line tonight.
And so again, just moments away, the football team inching their way closer to the edge of that end zone, ready to race out onto the field. A lot of media attention on this game, and we're so happy to bring you this coverage live across our Milford TV platforms. We're live locally in the Milford area on our educational channel on both Comcast and Verizon. We're also live on our Verizon High Definition channel, and we are streaming anywhere you have a device with access to the internet, courtesy of our YouTube live stream, and already a large crowd starting to form on YouTube as we get closer to the start of this game tonight.
And now, fans, please welcome to the field your Milford High School Starbucks.
And the time has come as Milford now makes their entrance to the field with some style points with a couple of backflips. I believe that was Wanderson dos Santos electrifying this crowd right away. Cody, it would be an awful shame to have a somersault like that result in an injury, but fortunately he was able to stick the landing there.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, last thing you need is an injury right now, you know, as we did find out later on that, you know, the captain Stokes is out tonight, an upper body issue, so we're going to be really relying on those guys. So let's save some of that for the game, you know, Tim?
It's such a great point to get to even before we start this game tonight, Cody. So much went well for Milford in those 2 games on the road. Really great play on offense, some terrific defensive plays as well. But obviously the one big negative was the injury that took place in last week's 28-20 win over Wellesley on the road, and that was the injury to captain Jason Stokes, who is here at the field. He will not suit up for this game. We're not quite sure when Jason will return to action. And really, we talked about it so much in the first game, Cody. So much of the success of this season for Milford is riding on health. With such a small roster, you need to squeeze every drop you can out of these players. And so for anyone to go down is a big blow to this team, but especially a heart and soul player like Jason Stokes. There's no question that that's going to be a tough pill for this team to swallow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, he was the heart and the soul out there. But tonight they're going to have to lean on that big physical offensive line. You're going to see plenty of Buenteno tonight. You're going to see a lot of Dos Santos, I think, tonight to try to equal that out. And they're really going to lean on those leaders up front because this Natick defense is the real deal. It's going to be a true test tonight.
And the good news for Milford in terms of their passing game is they have seen some other players step up here so far this season. Ethan Charzenko has been a real go-to weapon for the young quarterback so far this season. Vincent Lazurbo has tossed 3 touchdown passes to Charzenko so far on the season. And we've also seen Jackson Finnemore very active in the passing game as well. And even Derek Atherton, Ryan Atherton might have an opportunity to see some more time in that passing game, as we see how this team is going to evolve now in the absence of Jason Stokes. The coin toss wrapping up down on the field, and we see that Milford will have their offense out on the field first here tonight, Cody. So we'll see again how that injury factors in, but Milford will have a chance to possess the football right here out of the gates.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, not enough can be said about Lazurbo this season. The young man stepping in, doing his job great, doing a good job out there, keeping his teams in these games. A couple big wins under his belt, and this would just be another one for him tonight, a big test. Looking forward to seeing how they come out on offense on this opening drive. How do they settle in? They're missing one of their key contributors. How are they going to work around that, or how aggressive do they want to be? Going to be really interesting to see what coach wants to do out of the gate here.
So just about time to get this game started. We'll pause here for the national anthem down at field level, and then we will get things started. It is the Milford Scarlet Hawks taking on the Natick Red Hawks, and it is next here on Milford TV. The Scarlet Hawks marching band with their rendition of the national anthem, and now it is officially time to get this game started. Again, it is the Milford Scarlet Hawks 3-0, tied for first place in the Kelly Rex division in the Hockomock League, taking on the 3-0 Natick Redhawks. Off to a perfect start as well. They are alone in first place in the Bay State Conference Carry division. Milford actually gave Natick a little bit of a boost last week by defeating one of their division opponents in Wellesley, and so it has been a lot of success so far on the season for both of these programs. Milford's offense has been terrific. Their defense has really stepped up in big moments, and Natick has been a dominant force through their first 3 games of the season. So power versus power on display in this matchup here tonight. And with that, Natick lined up to make this opening kick. It is Charlie Lewis who is lined up to make the kick. And it is Ryan Atherton who will receive this ball just outside of the end zone, trying to find some room towards the near sideline, protects that football as he gets spun down just shy of the 20-yard line. And that is where the Scarlet Hawks offense will come out to start this game.
Well, let's see how Coach Olson wants to do this tonight. They're going against a solid defensive front, as mentioned. How aggressive do you want to be here? How aggressive is Natick going to want to be on defense? Are they going to want to go with their strength? How are they going to want to handle this rushing attack? So we're about to see a lot right now on this first drive. And I'll tell you one thing is that offensive line is going to have a hard time dealing with number 72, Legend Millard out there. He's a big boy, and he's been causing problems for a lot of teams this year.
Man in motion here on the first play of the game, and that toss to the far side incomplete.
Looks like a bit of a miscommunication on that one. Ball's going one way, receivers going the other. Maybe a little jitters here early on. It's hard to come back after 3 weeks, being away from your home crowd, your friends, your family.
Yeah, you sort of get used to being in that road mindset where you come into hostile territory week after week, and now happy to be back here in front of the home fans. Again, an earlier start time. We're used to those 7 o'clock Friday night lights, but a 6 o'clock start time for this game tonight. Maybe a little bit of a sparse crowd here to get things started, but I'm sure the bleachers will continue to fill in as this game goes along.
Oh, yeah, they're still piling in over there.
2nd down and 10 as Lacerbo operates out of the shotgun, has Buentello to his right. He will take the handoff, and he'll get swallowed up right away after a short gain.
And right on the attack there for Natick, big number 72. We're going to have to watch him tonight. You're going to see a lot of double teams, I think, from this offensive line to try to keep him from blowing up those lines, because the line has created some amazing holes all season.
Josh Buentello, during that 2-game road swing for Milford, really the bell cow in this running game. He has scored 4 rushing touchdowns now on the season, and really was the X factor in Milford's win against Leominster. Really gave the Scarlet Hawks some extended possessions, became a nightmare for that Blue Devils defense to match up against. Gets a short gain here to set up 3rd down and 8, and now we'll see Lacerbo back into the passing game. He's in some trouble, has to step into the rush, now gets rid of the throw. It's wobbly, and it is held onto. Boy, that was a dangerous throw. Looked for a moment like it might get intercepted, but somehow Eli Rosenberg is able to snag that ball for a 1st down catch.
Oh boy, that was a lot going on there. That's one of those plays where you can hear Coach Olson, no, yes on that one. Don't want to see too much of that, but none again. Great job getting out of the pocket there, and giving it a little air and letting the receivers come to it. And that was a great play to make that catch, and a big one there. You hate to turn it over that early in the game, but hey, we'll take it.
And so we talk about how will this roster step up in the absence of Jason Stokes. Well, there's Eli Rosenberg that we didn't see a whole lot of in the early days of the season, making a big catch on 3rd down. Meanwhile, Milford here in all kinds of trouble. The ball comes out. There is a flag down on the field as the Scarlet Hawks are able to fall on that loose ball.
All right, see what this penalty is.
And there is a flag on the play.
Looking like it may be going against Natick here, which would really bail Milford out on a play that looked doomed from the start. It was Dio Rodriguez who took that handoff and then just could not find any running room, and then let that ball squirt out onto the field at the end of the play. But it is a penalty against the Redhawks, so this will help give Milford a first down and get them up close to midfield.
That's a big penalty right there because, you know, Rodriguez, you lose the ball, you would have lost a lot of yardage on that. And to get bailed out with that penalty, could be a big momentum swinger on this opening drive.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Scarlet Hawks with the ball now spotted on the Milford 45. Again, it is Lacerbo from the shotgun. Buentello in the backfield. Lacerbo looking to throw again. He is flushed out of the pocket and he is hit hard as this ball comes out towards midfield, and it is grabbed on a bounce by Jackson Finnemore. So that is incomplete, and already that's a couple of hard hits for the sophomore QB, Cody.
Yeah, Lacerbo, and you can see already how effective that defensive line is for Natick. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. And you don't want to see him running around like that. Don't want to have him taking too many of those hits too early on. But that defensive line is going to cause a lot of havoc. Got to get rid of that ball in a timely manner. Don't want to hold it for too long.
You can see this big, imposing defensive line for Natick. They have been able to get penetration into the backfield, forcing Lacerbo to have to roll out. He's taken a couple of decent shots on this drive. It's now 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. And Lacerbo again will look to throw. Quick release over the middle. It's completed again to Rosenberg, who has the first down and more. He is brought down inside Red Hawks territory, down inside the 35-yard line.
Beautiful play right there. Great protection for the quarterback. Lacerbo able to step into that throw. Beautiful pass to Rosenberg in stride. Great play. And that's what you want to see more of, the running around. Get it out there, out of your hands. Excellent play.
So 2 great, difficult catches for Eli Rosenberg, who right now is serving in that slot receiver role, which we've seen Jason Stokes have so much success doing. Those tough catches through traffic, over the middle, bruising catches, and so far Rosenberg filling into that role nicely. Now we get a chance to see Buentello picks up a head of steam, lowers the shoulder, and burrows his way forward inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, found some space out there. Again, moving the chains. Good solid runs here, good gains.
And so that'll be an 8-yard gain for Buentello, setting up 2nd down and 2 with the new line of scrimmage, the Natick 26.
You know, after the, looked like a little jitters on those first few plays. It looks like they settled in. And a solid drive so far right now after getting that penalty down there. They've really moved the ball a lot since then.
Coming up on 9 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Milford on their first possession of the night, trying to take an early lead, something they have done well so far on this season. They fake the handoff to Buentello this time. Lacerbo looking for the end zone, and that ball just out of the reach of Jackson Finnemore. Little play action from Lacerbo, had some time in the pocket, and Finnemore open, but that ball just a hair overthrown, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, it was, would have been a tough throw, tight window, a pretty good coverage there on the sideline, a tough place to throw the football, just a little bit too much air under that one. But you live to fight another day for a 3rd down.
And so Milford takes some time to huddle up here. 3 minutes on this drive so far. And 3rd down and 2 coming up again from the Red Hawks 26-yard line. And Lacerbo hands it off to Buentello. He has the first down. And tough to bring down as he gets every little bit he can out of that run. Gets Milford down just to about the 20-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's some tough running right there. Strength versus strength. We talked about it, running the football on a 3rd and short, being true to your game plan. A nice play there and a fresh set of downs.
So the official line of scrimmage is the Red Hawks 21-yard line. Milford gets a fresh set of downs. And so this Red Hawks defense with an extended stay on the field here to get their night started. And still, with it being about as warm as it's going to be all night long, still temperature hovering in the upper 70s.
It's a hot one out there tonight.
And they fake the handoff. Again, they throw it towards the end zone, and the pass is broken up. Good defense in the secondary from Natick's number 11. That is Jake Corrigan. The throw was there, Cody, but just good defense from the Redhawks.
Yeah, hit him in the hands, but, you run out of space pretty quick out there. Good defensive play on that cornerback position. Knocked that ball away.
So second time on this drive that Lacerbo has used the play action to give himself a little bit more breathing room in the pocket. Second down and 10 coming up here with now 8:02 on the first quarter clock.
Yep, showing a shotgun set here.
Still Buentello just off the left hip of Lacerbo as Vincent rolls out, and a late flag comes in.
Nice catch there.
That ball was held onto. That was another sort of back foot pass that didn't have a lot on it from Lacerbo, but his receiver coming back to him and getting that catch. We'll see the flag here, which looks like it might once again be going against Natick.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. Not sure if they were looking at maybe a hit on the quarterback, or hard to see.
And so it looks like a personal foul. So they're going to say roughing the passer against Natick. So a big penalty here is going to set up first and goal for Milford.
Yeah, that's a big penalty. And right now, what you see is Milford has the Natick defense on their heels. Want to try to punch one in here.
So first and goal, the ball spotted, I believe, on the 8-yard line.
Really spreading the field out here for this first and goal.
And they hand it off to Josh Buentello, who was swallowed up in that Natick defensive line. Looks like he is just able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So far in this drive, what you do see is you see Coach Olsen really spreading out that offense, trying to really create some pre-snap lanes, and it's worked so far. They did close that gap on this one. Things get a little tighter at the goal line, but you're going to see a lot of that out of Milford tonight.
Clock still rolling, down to 7 minutes to go. So a 5-minute opening drive here for the Scarlet Hawks. They're in the red zone, second down and goal. Looking to punch this one in.
Long drive on a warm night. Always testing for both sides, especially on a defensive unit.
Lacerbo puts a man in motion, now flushed out. He is on the run, able to escape the pressure. Now trying to stay on his feet and takes this ball inside the 5. And so Lacerbo, elusive, as that play continued to break down, was able to get Milford some positive yardage. It'll be third and goal coming up now with the new line of scrimmage now looking to be the Redhawks 4-yard line.
This is a big play. You see the coach on Natick, he calls a timeout, give his defense time to get a breather here. It's been a long drive, a punishing drive, and this is a big play for this game right here.
And meanwhile, Cody, we've seen a couple of times now Lacerbo scrambling out there, and you love to see the resilience from the quarterback as the play breaks down. That being said, Lacerbo certainly not the biggest kid out there. There's some real bruising defensive players on this Natick team, so he's got to be careful. He's got to really pick his spots there. He's already taken some shots here tonight. The last thing this team can afford is to lose Lacerbo due to injury.
Oh, yeah, Lacerbo, nothing but heart. That young man giving it 110%, knows what's on the line. But I completely agree with you, Tim. A little bit of running here and there, but just throw it away. Try to get it to some of your position players. Don't do too much. You don't want to get hurt or affect the drive. So I can't disagree on that one.
So third down and goal. The line of scrimmage, they say, is the 3. And Lacerbo fakes the handoff to Buentello, tries to take it in himself, And he is in. Touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. A 3-yard scamper to pay dirt for Vincent Lacerbo. He gets his second rushing touchdown of the season. And Milford will strike first here in this Week 4 matchup with the point after coming up.
Saw a little RPO action there. He could have thrown it. He could have handed it off. Instead, he pulls the ball back in, follows that big aggressive offensive line. Excellent drive for Milford on this opening drive against this stellar defense. Got to hang your hat on that one. It was a good one, and just like that, we're on the board.
Tyler Stewart lines up for the point after attempt, and it is blocked. So it will remain a 6-0 score here. We saw Milford go for a lot of 2-point conversions as they were really aggressive against Leominster a couple of weeks ago. They stuck with the PATs last week, and Tyler Stewart's been very reliable so far this season. Unfortunately, gets that kick blocked there, so it'll stay a 6-0 lead here out of the gates, Cody.
Yeah, you hate to see it, on those special teams plays. I mean, you even see it at all levels. Kicking is always a bit of an adventure at any level of football. But, you just put that aside and be happy with what you got there. But again, if you look back at that opening drive, that penalty on that Rodriguez fumble is serving huge right now, because that would have pushed Milford way back, and they just kept their head in the game, and now they're up 6-0.
2 big personal foul penalties on that drive for the Natick defense that really helped give Milford the traction that they needed to finish off with that score. Over 6 minutes on that opening drive for Milford as well. Down to 6:16 to go. As Stewart now will deliver this kickoff out to the 5-yard line, hauled in there by the Red Hawks. Taken over towards the far side of the field by Charlie Lewis, and Milford able to bring him down right around the 16-yard line or so.
Well, this is going to be interesting as well. Since in Week 1, Milford had the shutout. In the last couple weeks, they've averaged about 23.5 points a game. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they can tidy up that armor up front and get some pressure, because we've seen Natick score some points this season in their first few weeks. Very well-rounded team. This will be another challenge out there for these boys.
And so this Natick offense led out on the field by their junior quarterback, Matt Casey. And this Milford crowd continuing to get larger and larger now through this first quarter, getting loud for their defense, and a nice run here right out of the gates for the Red Hawks. It is number 35. That is Jack Shosted, who is able to get Natick out close to the yard to gain, and it looks like they will award Natick the first down.
Yeah, a big hole opens up right there. Had a lane to run through that. Gave it to Shosted, one of the captains on Natick. Excellent player, and made a nice run there to get those yards.
So 1st and 10, as now Casey looks to throw, sending it down the far sideline, but that was well overthrown.
Yeah, excellent coverage out there by Rodriguez. Stayed right with the receiver, step for step. Excellent play there. That's the type of defense you want to see out on the edge. Just stay with your man, look back at the football. Excellent play.
2nd down and 10 as Natick huddles it up. And the fascinating story with the quarterback situation for Natick this season, it was Jesse Gagliardi who had been the starting quarterback for this team the last couple of seasons, including the last time we covered this team back in 2023 here in Milford. But Gagliardi had a meeting with his coach before this season, and the mutual decision was made to move Gagliardi to the fullback position for this season, leaving the way for Matt Casey to take over as quarterback. And it takes incredible leadership, discipline, and just that devotion to your team to make that decision to take yourself out of that impact quarterback position, move into the running game. He's had a lot of success there. Casey's been successful as well, so clearly a good all-around situation for the team. No room to run for Natick on that 1st down play as Milford brings down the running back right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, excellent play there. Drzenko got right in the hole. He wasn't going anywhere. Nice tackle, wrapped him up. But, you know, to go back to your point, you know, that's the type of program that Natick has ran. Coach Mortarelli on the other sideline. Everybody's on board in the program. They all work together, and that really does say a lot about the character of players they have and also the belief in the program. And, you know, that's why they're 3-0, and same can be said for Milford. Both teams believe in what they're doing this year.
4:54 to play in this first quarter, a 6-0 lead for Milford.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down for Natick.
Milford scoring an opening drive touchdown, a rushing TD for Vincent Lacerbo. Milford missing the extra point, so 6-0 the score as Natick is able to move their way inside Scarlet Hawks territory. It's 1st and 10 now from the Milford 42. And now Casey dropping back to throw in some big-time trouble, and 3 Scarlet Hawks defenders descend for the big sack that will push Natick back inside their own territory.
Number 42, the captain, Burns, wasn't going to let him away this time. Great pursuit of the quarterback. Got his big mitts on him, wouldn't let go, and then a good gang tackle back there to just really set him back on that one. A huge loss for Natick.
What did we see week 1 against the Westfield Bombers, Cody? About 6 sacks from this defense. They were able to get to the quarterback with regularity. That's something that has really become a hallmark of this defense here in 2025.
Oh, yeah, you can tell what they're trying to do on defense. They don't try to hide it. They don't try to shield it. They're coming after the quarterback.
So now 2nd down and 20, a loss of 10 on that critical sack for this defense. Casey now again will look to throw. Quick dump off over the middle is complete. And then Milford struggling to bring the receiver down. It's Joe McDonald.
You know, try to get some of those yards back. Just a quick pitch and catch. McDonald gets it, tries to get a couple of the yards, but you're still looking at a 3rd and very, very long here. And in a game like this, I know how aggressive do you want to go? It's early, it's hot. Milford just had a nice drive, be an interesting call. This is a long 15 yards for Natick.
McDonald with 2 touchdown receptions this season to lead this receiving core for the Red Hawks. 3rd and 15 now for the Red Hawks as Casey will roll to his left, has some time, floats this one over the reach of number 2. That is Colin Bubanovic. And so Milford with good coverage in the secondary. Casey had some time to throw there, but just no receivers open downfield.
Yeah, Fraunfelter and Dos Santos back there. Excellent defense, gang that quarterback. One high, one low. And it really was a nice play there. And just nowhere to throw the football for Natick. It couldn't have put it anywhere else. And excellent defense, and good to be getting the ball back. Good start.
4th down and 15. Natick lines up in punt formation. Milford with a couple of return men hovering around their own 15-yard line. That was, of course, another one of the many roles that Jason Stokes did so well for this team. Looks like Rosenberg and Finnemore lined up deep to receive this punt. It will be Rosenberg who will let it take a bounce into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, so far so good. You know, for Milford, they're coming out, they're executing their game plan. You know, we've mentioned before Lacerbo, don't want to see him taking too many hits out there, but playing with a lot of heart, a lot of intensity, and a good start for them. I'm sure they're happy with how it's looking so far. Now on the other side, though, Natick's defense a little rattled after that first drive. They're going to try to reestablish themselves because you can't get too sleepy on that big defensive line, and it's still a solid defensive unit. So don't get too ahead of yourself, but so far so good. Good start.
2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. Milford will have the football back now, 1st and 10 from their own 20 after the touchback. Lacerbo from the shotgun, Buentello to his left, and some miscommunication as the ball is bobbled. Lacerbo was able to get it back on a bounce and get some positive yardage out of the play, and that just looked like some miscommunication there, Cody. Lacerbo looking to make the handoff to Buentello, and the two just were not on the same page.
I'll tell you, and sometimes it's possible to have a great play on a bad play, and Lacerbo scooping that ball up like that. Yes, there was a miscommunication, but boy, that was another one just like that first drive, another avoided disaster on a fumble. Just a bad exchange it looked like there, or maybe you did a little bit of that in a miscommunication, but boy, another unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, that ball could not have bounced any better right back into Lacerbo's arms. He ended up getting it back to the line of scrimmage, so at least avoids a loss, and it sets up 2nd down and 10, with the clock now dipping under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Buentello remains in the backfield, as this time Lacerbo with a quick release to the near sideline, and that is incomplete. That came in hot towards Finnemore, and he could not haul it in.
Yeah, that would have been a tough catch for anybody to make. That was a rocket. It looked like it was almost coming right at us in our direction. Though, what a throw, though. I mean, Lacerbo's definitely into the game tonight. That I can tell you. But just a little bit behind him, a little bit too much mustard on it. I'm sure he would like to have that one back on that man-to-man coverage, but big 3rd down coming up.
And so it looks like Milford will call their first timeout of this first half, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 47 to go in this first quarter. And so with the pause in the action, we should mention the additional sights and sounds that you're getting down from field level are courtesy of our 2 sideline camera operators, Ethan Novelli and Darren Cornoyer, who are both doing an excellent job. You've seen some of the cheerleading squad. You've seen the jungle all clad in black for tonight's game, all standing with the Scarlet Hawks flag. It's just a terrific atmosphere. Again, Cody, we've talked about it many times, but these fans just yearning to be able to see this team here at home and enjoying everything that they've seen so far tonight.
Oh, yeah, you can just feel it. You know, it just got a different sense from the crowd when you only have the 3 home games. A game is always an event. A Friday night in high school football is always a big deal, but it's even a bigger deal when you put all this time between games, and you can just feel the energy up here in the booth. What a crowd tonight.
And the Milford Gridiron Club doing such an excellent job of creating a great game day atmosphere here at the MHS Turf every single week. And meanwhile, a good showing over on the Red Hawks sideline as well. It looks like the student section for Natick clad in work vests, bright neon work vests is the theme over for the visiting fans here tonight. Meanwhile, back out of the timeout, 3rd down and 10 for Buentello, who gets wrapped up on the near sidelines, really nowhere to run.
Yeah, nowhere to run, and, you know, I'm not surprised by the play call. You know, the first drive was great, but you're 3rd and long, deep in your own zone. You've had a couple fumbles, a couple, you know, interesting moments like that. No reason to trust your punter. Your defense just had a great series. It's only the first quarter. No need to push it too hard early.
A potential flip-in field position battle here as Milford has to punt this ball out deep in their own zone. So it is Natick lined up just shy of midfield to receive this punt. Tyler Stewart with a bobble. And somehow he is able to get this kick away, gets a decent kick away at that. It's going to take a couple of Milford bounces and eventually is going to roll to a stop at the Redhawks 39-yard line. And Cody, I would say that Milford has had luck on their side so far in this first quarter.
I don't know what they're putting on those footballs down there, but we're seeing a lot of that going on. And yeah, you're right. You don't want to have that be part of your game plan to continue to have the game go in your favor. But I got to say, that was an excellent punt. To collect that and put that type of leg on it is really something to see.
It's very easy for panic to set in when that snap is not clean on a punt, but a great job by Tyler Stewart to keep his head there and had just enough time to release that punt, and a decent one at that, given where Milford was on the field. So it's now 1st and 10 Redhawks from their own 38.
Absolutely well-deserved position given to Stewart there.
And on the ground here on 1st down, the carry goes again to 35, Jack Shosted.
You know, we're already on defense. You're seeing a lot of number 42, the captain out there. He's been involved in a lot of these big plays. Coming down, downhill tackle, beautiful play.
Natick fans fully engaged over on the other side of the field, down to the final 20 seconds of this first quarter. We'll see if Natick runs another play here. Do not seem to be in any particular hurry. Looks like we might get one more play as we're down to the final 10 seconds now of the quarter.
You have shotgun, two tailbacks back there. See if they snap it.
And meanwhile, they do snap it, but they waited too long. And so maybe a little indecision there as to whether they wanted to run the play or not. They ultimately decide to snap it, but they let that clock run to all zeros. So that is the end of the first quarter here at the MHS Turf. Milford with a 6-0 lead. And again, an excellent opening drive to the game. Cody, Natick looking to answer there on their first drive. The Milford defense able to tighten up. And again, it goes back to the aggressiveness of that defensive front for Milford, getting the critical sack just as we saw them do in week 1. And that helped really slow the momentum for Natick and help preserve this lead early on for Milford.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of extremes. You had some fumbles, you had some penalties, but you know, it's all about keeping your composure, keeping your cool. They got that 6-0 lead, but I do agree the defense is pursuing the football excellent, and they need to continue to do that. The more they can keep that Natick defense on the field, the better, especially in these weather conditions. But, you know, I think both teams are going to look at that first quarter and say we just need to both clean it up just a little bit moving forward.
So we resume now for the second quarter. It is 2nd down and 7 for the Red Hawks as they now travel from left to right across the field as we begin second quarter action. Tim Coet and Cody Crawford with you on the call as Casey looks to throw, airs this ball out, and again, a little too much on the throw, and it is incomplete. And so we have seen Matt Casey air it out a couple of times so far in this game, Cody, and right now just putting a little bit too much on these throws.
Well, you know, he has a cannon, and, you know, it looked like number 8 on Natick, Charlie Lewis, had a step possibly on that. But, you know, really still there for Milford, still with the good defense. But, yeah, the young man's got an arm. It's just sailing a little bit, I think, on both sides a bit early on. But, yeah, there's no hesitation from Natick to push the ball down the field already.
3rd down and 7 now. Just 5 ticks off the clock here in the second quarter. Lights are on now here at the turf field with the sun setting off in the distance.
So 4 wide receivers here.
As Casey drops back, has time in the pocket, throws this one towards the near sideline looking for Bubanovic, but that is incomplete.
And you see it there again, you know, just, you know, the good defense, but there is some windows, but the ball just sailing on them just a bit. Again, it's a big crowd tonight. It's a big game, and you can still feel those jitters a little. But Milford just has to stay true to their game plan out there. Try to get them pressure. You don't want that quarterback with that type of arm getting comfortable.
So Natick will punt for their 2nd straight possession. And again, it is Finnemore and Rosenberg who are lined up deep. And this kick wobbles and will take a sizable Natick bounce. It will go out of bounds at the Milford 26-yard line.
Little kind of push that punt just a little bit. Decent field position here for Milford, not too far back. And see how they want to control this clock here. We will, like as we mentioned, between quarters, saw some fumbles going on and a little bit of sloppy play. However, they were able to pull that together on that first drive. So we'll see if they kind of revert back to a little bit more of a running scheme, which a coach likes to do.
1st and 10, ball spotted on the Milford 26. Continues to be an outstanding atmosphere here at the MHS Turf. As Lacerbo, quick toss into the flat and hits Rosenberg in the hands, but that ball drops incomplete. And we've seen Eli make some tough contested catches over the middle. That time he had an easy one and he just couldn't squeeze it.
You know, we've all done it. We start looking downfield before we watch the ball come into our hands. It happens to the best of us. I'm sure he'll want that one back when he sees it later.
2nd down and 10 as Milford huddles it up. A little bit of a battle in the stands as well, with the 2 student sections going back and forth.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see tonight in a game like this. So another bunch formation here.
Guantello in the backfield, gives some protection, and this ball comes out towards the near side. It is complete for Dio Rodriguez. He hauls it in right at the sticks and is going to give Milford the first down.
You know, beautiful throw. Those sideline throws are very difficult. Just a timing route there. Rodriguez where he needed to be. Lacerbo putting the ball where it needed to be. Good play there to get that first down.
New line of scrimmage is the Milford 38.
Yeah, that was an excellent throw. You know, just a pure timing route.
It's been exclusively Josh Guantello in the backfield so far through this first half. He's gotten a handful of carries so far. This time they put Atherton in motion on the jet sweep, and he gets brought down immediately as he is able to get that ball just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, jet sweeps, you know, another timing play. But again, those are going to be those tough calls against a defensive line like this. Even though you get everybody in motion, get everybody moving, it's still hard to slow those big fellas down on that defensive line.
So Ryan Atherton contributing on offense. Atherton made the key contribution on defense to seal Milford's win last week against Wellesley. Milford, who got out early to a big 28-0 lead, ended up having to hang on by their fingernails at the finish as Wellesley was able to stage a dramatic comeback starting late in the third quarter. They pulled to within a score. They were driving with less than 2 minutes to play, but Ryan Atherton able to snag the game-deciding interception that stopped Wellesley in their tracks and allowed Milford to bleed out the rest of the clock for the win. And I'm sure a moment that freshman will not soon forget, Cody.
No, not going to forget that at all. And, you know, you want to try to, you know, keep it together and avoid those type of situations, especially in a game like this. You just want to stick to the program on that, because last thing you want is to have to be dealing with comebacks or the seesawing effect, which can really overtake momentum. And one thing I've noticed is, you know, a lot of timeouts being called so far, or not being too careful with the timeouts. It probably has a lot to do with the weather, but also the gravity of the game. You know, these coaches being very patient, trying to keep everybody on the sidelines in check. A lot of football left to go, and be interesting to see how they want to continue this drive, but they've really held the ball quite a bit so far.
Yeah, Milford certainly winning the time of possession battle in this game so far. We're down to 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. The only score of the game right now belongs to Milford. It was that 3-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Vincent Lacerbo.
So again, you're seeing that double wide receiver stack.
They put Rosenberg in motion across the formation, and instead the handoff goes to Guantello, who is wrapped up in the backfield, brought down for a loss.
Number 9 on Natick, Peter Bracken came right through and made a great play. Wasn't fooled by the motion, just zoned in on his man and made a great tackle there to really make this a tough 3rd and long for Milford.
Josh Guantello has had a big size advantage on a lot of the defenses that Milford has played so far this season. In particular, he really ran roughshod over the Leominster Blue Devils defense a couple of weeks ago up in Leominster, but a bigger task for Guantello here tonight, literally and figuratively, with this sizable defensive front for the Redhawks, and so far they've been able to hold Guantello in check.
No question, no question. And this is where you really miss Stokes on these 3rd and longs, is where you really feel his absence. These are tough plays.
3rd down and 13 as Lacerbo drops back. Pocket starting to collapse. Lacerbo floats this ball completed to Jackson Finnemore, who then gets swallowed up. Could not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Milford going in the wrong direction on the last 2 plays of that drive. It'll be 4th down and about 14, and a punt coming up here for the Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, just a quick conservative play. You don't want there to be a fumble or any type of issue. Just try to set up that screen. Good job on that Natick defense to pursue that, but had a long way to go even if he broke through that first level. So no need to push it or anything. Plenty of game left. and we'll try to get this punt away cleanly this time.
So far, good adjustments for the Natick defense since that opening drive, as this punt is delivered by Jackson Finnemore, gets a nice bounce, and Milford will down it at the Red Hawks' 36-yard line.
Yep. So we're a lot of play in this first half, right in the middle of the field. It seems like outside of that opening drive, as you get closer to that 50-yard line, it gets tightening up a little bit, and now you're kind of seeing the things settle down a little bit on the field, and it's getting a little bit more even out there, and there's not too much action going on as far as getting too deep in each other's zone so far. Again, these drives, all of them are big, but in this situation, definitely want to hold on here.
1st and 10 from the Red Hawks 36 as Casey turns around, puts the ball in the hands of Sjosted once again, who tries to find some room towards the outside. Maybe gets about 2 or 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, nothing there. They just, everyone got a man, everyone on that Milford defense doing their job. No gaps at all, no lanes at all to really pick up anything there. Good job on 1st down.
And these teams, they've certainly had some high-scoring games early on in this season, but we've seen lower-scoring games, chess matches between these two schools when they have matched up head-to-head before, and that includes the last time they played here in Milford in a game in which the final score was 7-0. The only score that night was a defensive touchdown for Milford to earn the victory. A nice running play here as Natick finds some room up the middle. They're able to get it out to midfield for the 1st down.
Yeah, big hole opens up right there for number 15, James Mortarelli. Plenty of room, diving forward for that 1st down, getting close to midfield to move the chains for Natick. But yeah, you're right, a big chess match between these two teams over the past. I mean, 7-0 is quite a war, so but expect that more of that tonight.
Two excellent coaching staffs on both sides of the field. Coach Dale Olson for Milford, head coach Mark Mortarelli for Natick. As Natick doing some tough downhill running here, breaking into the open field, and they are loose, and they are in for the touchdown. That is number 15, James Mortarelli, the captain, who is able to take it in for the 51-yard, rushing touchdown.
Yeah, well, they came out in that shotgun formation. A good lead block to Mortarelli. He was able to get through that 1st level, got into the 2nd level, even had to shake off the referee on that one. And then from there, he turns it on the Jets, and he's in the end zone for the big touchdown there for Natick to, in the meantime, tie that score up.
And so Milford missing their point after attempt on their touchdown drive. But the Red Hawks able to connect on the PAT, and so that allows the Red Hawks to take the lead here. It is now 7-6 Natick with 7:18 to go in this 1st half.
Yeah, that's a big play, the way that this game has gone to this point. To get a big score on a running play like that, goes a long way in a game like this, goes a long way when a warm, sticky night. And just like that, we're back to essentially an even game with that extra point only being the difference.
Momentum so critical in these games, Cody. Milford able to come out, get that opening drive score, but they have really been limited on offense since, and it's given Natick a chance to really get their feet under them in this matchup.
Yeah, again, the longer it goes on, the closer it stays. It really can benefit the visiting team because those nerves go down, and you don't want to see too much of that.
Atherton able to reel in the kickoff, but not a lot of room over on the near side. Maybe gets it out a little past the 20-yard line. So another longer field here for the Scarlet Hawks with 7:12 to go in the 2nd.
A very similar starting position to their last drive, and didn't have too much movement on that one. And last thing you want to do is don't want to give it back to Natick too quickly here. Try to put in some good plays right now. Try to hold on to the ball a bit, especially with that big momentum swing.
Official line of scrimmage is the Milford 22. Home crowd trying to get Milford back into it now as they fall behind for I believe, the first time in this entire season. And they hand it off to Buentello on first down. He's able to find a little bit of space to bring it out past the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you saw right there, number 75 on Natick, Mike Wallen. Just, again, can't be stressed how strong and big this defensive line is for Natick. And I know that Coach Olsen likes to run the football, but with this big line, he may need to start stretching it out just a bit. Don't want them getting too comfortable either, because again, it is a big unit.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. 6.5 minutes on the clock. Atherton in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Instead, it's Buentello who tries to squeeze his way through, gets forward progress to the 30, and that's all. So able to get 2 yards there to set up 3rd down and 2 coming up from Milford.
And this is going to be a big 3rd down. You know, you gave the ball back quick last time. They just scored. You don't want to give it back to them too quick. These 3rd and shorts are very, very critical to trying to improve your position in this game. And it'll be interesting to see how Coach Olsen wants to deal with this. Do you trust your running game? Do you let the young man get out on the edge and throw the ball? Be curious to see how he plays this one.
Vincent Lacerbo from the shotgun. And they put the ball in the hands of Buentello, who tries to turn the corner on the far sideline. He has the 1st down and is wrestled out of bounds just shy of the 40.
See what this flag is. It looks to be in the area of holding.
And Milford already backing up.
Yeah, it's going to be coming back. It looks like some type of hold occurred there on that play.
And so disappointing. We saw a couple of pivotal penalties assessed to Natick earlier in this half. Milford with their first penalty of the game, and it comes at an inauspicious time. They would have had the 1st down instead. Back to way up here. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
That's so unfortunate. Now you're in a dangerous 3rd down with your end zone at your back. And you hate to see it. Those are killer penalties in a game like this. When you have a 3rd and short, you pick it up, but it comes right back with the holding call. So tough position to be in for Milford.
Lacerbo gets the play from the sideline, and now back to the line. 3rd down and 12 as we dip under the 5-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. Lacerbo puts Finnemore in motion. They fake the handoff to Buentello, and Lacerbo is going to be taken down for the sack. It was number 9, Peter Bracken, who was able to bring the sophomore quarterback down all the way back inside the 10-yard line. And another drive that ends up going in the negative direction for Milford, and they will have to punt, pinned back deep on their own end.
Nothing going on that one. Lacerbo just had nowhere to go with the football, and you know, Bracken, we've been mentioning his name a few times now, just gets right in there, and once he's got his hands on you, there's really nothing you can do.
There's no flag on the play. It is 4th down.
So no flag on the play.
Loss of 10 on the previous play.
It is Jackson Finnemore doing the punting for Milford, so he will line up inside his own end zone to make this kick.
Number 14, Jackson Finnemore.
The return man for Natick right now licking his chops at the Milford 45-yard line.
Punting out of your end zone, just want to get it away cleanly.
Clean snap this time, and the punt is hauled in, and Milford able to get back and bring the return man down all the way back at the Milford 45-yard line. That ball was hauled in maybe around the 42, and Milford was able to get him backpedaling and then ultimately bring him down. So about the best case scenario Milford could have hoped for there.
What a play, you know, a clean punt, a good punt out of your end zone. Bogdanovich plays it clearly, and then coming in on that play, what an excellent play there. You just couldn't ask for anything better. Rodriguez jumps in, pokes the ball out. What a special teams play, and that is what a momentum shifter after things were looking not too good right there. Let's hope we can build on this.
And it's unbelievable there in the end for Milford, as not only were they able to get the return man going in the wrong direction, but ultimately that ball popped out. Milford with the presence of mind to make that catch, so it's a turnover. It all happened so quickly there, congested over the middle, that we didn't see the turnover at first blush, but what a huge play for Milford. They get it right back close to midfield, and now an athletic catch by Finnemore trying to get out into the open field, and now just trying to secure that football as he gets corkscrewed down all the way close to the Redhawks 15. About as far a pendulum swing of momentum as you can get here, as Milford is all of a sudden in business deep inside Natick territory.
You're right. What a play. What a momentum shift. Lacerbo throws the ball up there. Back shoulder catch. Finnemore gets it. And then from there, it's all number 1-4. Making moves, cutting back to the center of the field. And what a shift of momentum we're seeing right now. Two big plays after another, and now Milford is in business inside the 20-yard line.
Two massive plays in a row. Milford with the punt, Natick with the fumble. Milford gets it back and then really makes it hurt with a critical catch from Finnemore. And now on the ground for Buentello. Tries to bounce off of that contact, but good job by James Mortarelli, the touchdown scorer for Natick, who was able to wrap up Buentello and bring him down to the turf.
Yeah, excellent play there in the backfield. You know, one thing is, you know, Natick's not going to want to lose tonight with Milford running the football. So they're going to stack that line, they're going to stack that box, and they're going to make Lacerbo beat them. And it's been teetering in that area as well, but so far, you're seeing a lot of things open up here, and I'm expecting to see some more of it the way this game is playing out.
Second down and 11, 2:55 to go in the half. Finnemore lined up to the near side. Lacerbo looking in that direction, and that pass incomplete. Finnemore with a little look to the official, wondering if perhaps some of that contact from the secondary came early, but no flag. It's incomplete.
Dangerous throw right there, too. I mean, number 5, Chris Albert on Natick. Excellent coverage. Trying to force it into a window. Don't want to do any of that. Third and long here. Please smart with the football.
So back into a third and long situation, 3rd and 11, with the ball spotted just about to the Milford 18. I beg your pardon, spotted on the 19-yard line. As Lacerbo drops back, running out of time, steps through the rush, floats this ball towards the end zone. It's incomplete, but a flag comes in as Finnemore dove from the end zone towards the goal line to try to scoop that ball off the turf, but a flag.
Well, you know, I think that's going to be pass interference. You know, it didn't look like that defender turned around, and when the ball's underthrown like that and the defender isn't looking, it's a really hard play to make. See if we can...
Yeah, not much there. And you wonder if maybe it was a push from the defender that sent Finnemore down to the turf and initiated that penalty marker. The official right there seeing everything right in front of him.
Yeah, they must the referee over there must have seen something. It looks like he did call pass interference.
And so again, Milford helped out by another critical penalty for the Redhawks.
I was just going to say, you know, it looked like there was still some discussion going on there, but in fact, they are moving the chains.
So they will mark this football down right at the Natick 10.
The flag is marked half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, so half the distance to the goal assessed there. So it is still 3rd down here for Milford, but now 3rd down and about a yard to go. They'll call it 3rd and 2. And so a much different scenario here after the penalty yardage is assessed.
A big 3rd down.
Lacerbo with Buentello behind him, and some early movement all over the field, and both teams suggesting it was the other that initiated the movement.
There's a lot going on there. There was movement all over the field, but I guess whoever did it first earns the penalty, and the referee thinks it was on that offensive line.
And so now from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7, so this line of scrimmage moving all over the field here, as we're down to 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the second quarter. Milford huddled up. Milford has 1 timeout remaining in the half. Natick has 2. As Lacerbo now will relay the play call to his teammates.
So let's see how Coach Olsen wants to work this now. 4 wide receivers.
They fake the handoff to Buentello, and Lacerbo guns it to the end zone. It is tipped and it is incomplete. And for Milford, lucky that ball was not intercepted. It bounced off the hands of a defender right at the goal line, and then Milford making a dive for it. I think that was Rosenberg in the back of the end zone that was trying to play that carom off the hands of the defender, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 7 now, and we'll see what Milford does here. It looks like Stewart might be coming out onto the field for a field goal try.
You know, that was an interesting decision by the Natick coach. You know, they could have pushed him back even further with that holding call. Instead, they want you to kick it, so big kick here.
It's a 32-yard field goal attempt for Stewart to give Milford the lead back. A clean hold, and the kick is blocked and reeled in the end zone by the Redhawks. So the second kick for Stewart that has been blocked in this game. And you wonder about the play call there, Cody. Obviously, if this were the NFL, it'd be a no-brainer. You'd kick a field goal from that distance. But in the high school game, there's a little bit more calculus that goes into it. You already had a point after attempt blocked. This defense has been really getting penetration in this game. So you just wonder if at that point, in that spot on the field, maybe you go for it with your offense on the field. A questionable decision there for the Milford coaching staff.
Yeah, you know, we've seen our share of special teams issues covering these games together, and in that area of the field, I got really ugly down there, and that is an interesting call because, you know, why not put one of your skill players on the edge, give them a chance in the open field with some of those looks they've been giving. But, you know, they went with the field goal, and now you've got to really lean on your defense to stop a 2-minute offense.
Ultimately serves as a punt of sorts. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go with Natick starting on their own 20-yard line.
Just an easy run up the middle there. About a 5-yard gain on that play by Showstead, who's been very active in this offense for Natick. And we'll see how aggressive they want to get on this 2-minute drive up by 1 point. A very interesting first half.
And Milford had the football to start this half, so Natick will have the first possession in the third quarter. So an opportunity for a 2-for-1 here if they can cover some ground here on the field, getting a couple of good running plays here to jumpstart this drive. And I think that was Gagliardi, perhaps, who was able to get that first down running play there. So it sets up first down for the Redhawks just outside their own 40, and moving with pace here with the clock down to 1:45 to go. Quick snap for Casey, airs it out towards the near side of the field, and it is intercepted by the Scarlet Hawks. It is Garen Fraunfelter, loses his helmet, holds on to the football, and now looks like he might be in some pain after celebrating a huge INT.
You know, Fraunfelter went up full extension. Excellent play, great play, but you know, you hate to see this after a big play like that. Last thing you want to see is any injuries on this Milford roster. Depth is always an issue for this team. But he made an excellent play. He went up, gained the football, lost the helmet. I'll take that any day.
So getting attended to on the sideline now by the training staff. You could see the raw emotion that took over there for Fraunfelter initially as he went down hard to the turf. The helmet came flying off. He maintained control of that football down to the ground, celebrated initially, and then went down to the knees, and looks like he's okay now. He immediately hops off the training cart, so that's great to see that Fraunfelter looks to be okay after making a pivotal defensive play for the Scarlet Hawks. Their offense back out on the field, 1st and 10 from their own 32, and they keep it on the ground.
You know, this doesn't surprise me. And with the way this first half has gone, it wouldn't surprise me if both of these coaches are ready for a little bit of a halftime break and a little bit of a halftime speech. You know, it's been quite a first half, and I just don't see a reason why you would want to be aggressive here. Run the football, keep the clock going, get to halftime so you can reassess and kind of recollect yourself on quite a roller coaster first half.
2nd down and 6 from the 36. Lacerbo hands it off to Guantello. Just a couple of yards, and this will take us down inside of 30 seconds to go. We'll see if Milford elects to run one more play.
And I think Coach Mortarelli on the other sideline, Coach Olson on the Milford sideline. Rare moment, both coaches agreeing here. I think they're both ready to take this down to halftime.
20 seconds left. Lacerbo gets a play call from the sideline, so we'll see if Milford tries to make something happen here. Likely the final play of the half, final 10 seconds. 3 seconds to go, 2 and 1. Milford does get the snap off in time. They just put it in the hands of Guantello, who tucks his shoulder, goes down to the 40-yard line, and that will be the final play of the half. Well, some fireworks as that second quarter went on. Milford really playing with fire at times. They let up the big touchdown, the 51-yard rush to Mortarelli. Natick could have had more in that second quarter, Cody, but Milford with some critical plays on special teams, getting the fumble recovery on the kickoff, and then getting that huge interception by Fraunfelter. It helped limit the damage for Natick, but they were really with their backs firmly against the wall as that second quarter went along.
Let me tell you, if I'm out of breath, I can't imagine how they're feeling. That was the most exciting 7-6 first half of football I've seen in a very long time, between the big plays, the big penalties, the fumbles, the turnovers. I'll tell you, I need a break as much as the players after that one.
So a bruising first half of football here from the MHS turf. 1 score apiece. The difference is that missed extra point for Milford on their opening drive touchdown. It allows Natick to go into halftime up 7-6. So 2 high-flying offenses coming in here to Milford tonight, and so far it's been a bit of a defensive battle. We'll see what adjustments are made by these coaching staffs here at the half. Right now they have a little more than 11 minutes on the halftime clock, so we will step away here from the commentary. So if you're joining us on the live coverage tonight across our Milford TV platforms, hang with us. We will have the third quarter coming up for you in just a few minutes. We bring you this action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company.
Momentarily.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality.
Welcome back once again inside our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. The second half now getting underway as Milford releases the kick to the Red Hawks. They haul it in at the 15, and then room over towards the far side of the field, out past the 30-yard line. And a nice return. I believe that was Joe McDonnell, the return man for Natick, able to give the Red Hawks decent field position. They'll start their first drive of the second half from their own 35-yard line. Make it the 36.
Well, this will be interesting. You know, at halftime, both of these coaches said similar things. The mistakes, the penalties, we have to clean that up. We have to be better in the second half. Two undefeated teams going head-to-head. Got to play a clean second half if you want to get the W here tonight.
Tim Coet and Cody Crawford here with you on the call. A 7-6 lead for the Natick Red Hawks as we settle back in for second half action. And Casey turns around, hands it off. And a first down run and more here as the dangerous James Mortarelli gets into the open field. Milford tries to knock that ball loose, but he is gone. Touchdown, Red Hawks.
Well, not the way you want to start the second half if you're Milford. Again, James Mortarelli, another huge run. There was a good hole made there, massive hole, and once he gets into that second level, there's not much Milford's defense can do. It's hard to chase him down, big and strong. That's going to be that hurts Milford for sure. But got to give credit where credit's due. An impressive run to start the second half.
So Mortarelli, who broke one from 51 yards out in the first half, takes that one 64 yards into the end zone. And that point after spins its way through the uprights, and just 2 plays in to this third quarter, it is Natick now taking a 14-6 lead on Milford.
Well, I'll tell you, this game has been a take your breath away game. It seems like every mistake, every play has just been a huge momentum shift. And right now, if you're Coach Olsen, you just got to regroup your guys. It's a tough way to start a half. It's a lot of momentum shifting, but we still essentially have 2 quarters to go. So no reason to panic here. Still a tight, hard-fought game. But what a way to start. What a run. I mean, I think he's got over 100 yards on just 2 carries alone in this football game.
Mortarelli had 3 rushing touchdowns coming into the game, now has 2 more here tonight as this ball is held onto by Atherton, who's able to take it up past the 25-yard line. Decent little return for Ryan Atherton, and so now Milford needing to respond on offense. Again, got helped along by a couple of penalties on that first drive of the game, which were crucial in allowing Milford to score on that opening drive, but they have been very limited in what they've been able to do on offense since.
Absolutely, and you know, I know we beating the dead horse a lot tonight on how important these drives are, but there's been so much momentum shifting going on that Milford just needs to stick to their plan. Try not to do too much. Try not to get it all back on one play. Just trust what you've been doing all season. And this is crucial to keep the ball in your hands here.
1st and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks from their own 27. And Buentello gets the carry. Able to take it out towards the 30-yard line. But again, just small chunk yardage for Buentello. He has not been able to really break one open at any point so far tonight.
Yeah, Buentello has not seen a lot of room running the football tonight. We've talked about that Natick defensive line, the way they pursue the football and close those gaps. It's been tough going, and I think Natick would want it that way in the second half even more.
4 yards on that carry for Buentello, who continues to be the only running back in the backfield for Milford all night long. This time gives Lacerbo a little protection. A good throw into the numbers of Ryan Atherton, but he lets it drop for an incompletion.
Yeah, you know, you want to make those, but right away you see the leadership of Lacerbo there, giving him a pat on the back of the helmet. It happens. A lot on the line here tonight. 3rd down, 3rd and manageable. 3rd and manageable. It's 3rd and 6. And got to make those catches, though.
For this Milford receiving corps, they've been able to make all of the high degree of difficulty catches in this game. The problem has been, at times, these open field catches. We've seen them drop a couple of gimmies in this game that have caused drives to really grind to a halt. They drop an easy one there from Atherton, and so now it is 3rd down and 6.
Big 3rd down here.
Lacerbo drops back, has a little time in the pocket here, throws over the middle, and that ball well out of the reach of Jackson Finnemore.
Yeah, not too much there, you know, it just running down the seam of the field, putting it up there, giving your receiver a chance, but excellent coverage on defense, and not much going there on that first possession for Milford, and it's going to go right back to Natick.
You wonder if those downfield throws for Lacerbo are more difficult with a big, tall defensive line like Natick brings to the table here. Lacerbo, a shorter quarterback, going up against a tall offensive line like that. That's a lot of muscle to have to see over when you're a slightly undersized QB, and so that might have been a factor there for Lacerbo on that incompletion. Finnemore releases this kick. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it out. Continuing to move forward, so this is going to be really good field position here for the Redhawks. It looks like they will mark that ball out at the Redhawks' 49-yard line.
Well, not the best start right now for Milford. Let up the big play, go 3 and out. Not a solid punt. Definitely want a better punt on that. So really going to lean on your defense here to really make a big play here. You're down 8, plenty of football to be left, but you don't want to be playing from too far behind. So let's see what the Milford defense can do here to try to slow this momentum.
Scarlet Hawks possessing the football for just 61 seconds. And now the Redhawks offense right back onto the field. They put it right back in the hands of Mortarelli, who's able to bulldoze his way forward and looks to have just enough for the first down. Interesting that Mortarelli was kind of sprinkled into the action in the first half, Cody. He really burned Milford on that touchdown run. It seems like any time he has touched the football, he has been able to rip off a big gain. You have to wonder if maybe he's really going to take over this game here in the second half.
You know, it's definitely concerning, and what you're seeing right now is you're seeing that offensive line in Natick really move that defensive line around. And it's really a problem out there. Again, another big unit, too.
So 2nd down and 1, so not quite the first down on that carry. But on 2nd and 1, it is Sjosted who is able to bounce to the outside. He gets more than enough for the first.
And one thing that's noticeable right away, even when Sjosted's out there, is the ability that Natick is having running the football. They're leaning on that. Their big plays have been from that, and they're getting a lot of movement up front right now. And pretty soon, Milford's going to have to start bringing more men up in that box to try to slow that down, because that can really hurt you.
It's really been the difference with these two offenses as this game has gone on. A balanced attack for Natick. For Milford right now, they haven't really been able to keep Natick honest with a diverse attack. Their running game has really not been heard from much in this game. Mortarelli, meanwhile, continues to be a nightmare for this defense to bring down. He's able to give a nice second effort there to give another first down carry for the Redhawks.
Yeah, Mortarelli breaking tackles, getting out on the edge. And someone in Milford right now needs to make a play. That's what we need right now, because they're running the football so effectively. It's going to start wearing us down in a game like this.
The saving grace for Milford in this game has been the takeaways, recovering that fumble on the punt in the first half, and also that big Frontfelter interception as well. So far, Natick taking care of the football in this third quarter. They give it back to Mortarelli, and he pushes the pile forward. Now Milford finally able to slow him up as he gets down to the 19-yard line.
Some tough running there. Not a lot of room, not a lot of area to run, but just using his strength, getting his center of gravity down and just moving those legs forward.
James Mortarelli, to look at him out there, looks almost more like a tight end than a running back, but that size and that speed have really been a weapon that Natick is now exploiting in a big way. Mortarelli set up just off the right hip of the quarterback, Matt Casey. And instead puts it in the hands of Sjosted. Sjosted gets tripped up. That ball almost came out, but able to maintain possession to the ground. And set up third down and about a yard to go here for the Redhawks.
Yeah, you saw Mortarelli there kind of playing fullback, trying to give Sjosted some room. Nice tackle made to prevent any more damage on that run. And now we have a big 3rd and 1. We know the kicker on Natick has got a leg. This is a big one right here. Who's going to make a play? Who's going to step up and try to make this an interesting play call for them?
Third down and 1. Casey from the shotgun. The movement on the line. Now the flag comes in. Milford pointing fingers. But it looks like this one is going to go against the Hawks. Indeed, offsides against Milford. They tried to lobby for the call against Natick, but to no avail. And this will now give the Redhawks an easy first down. And it'll be now 1st and goal from the 10.
I'll tell you, that one hurts right there, Tim. You know, they're running on you. They're moving the football. They get down there for 3rd and 1. You know, 2 big lines that going at each other, big play of the game, and you jump off sides and you give them that free first down. That definitely is going to sting. And you can see down there that I don't think Coach Olson's too happy about that offsides call.
Milford calls their first timeout here of the second half with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And so Milford, with their backs up against the wall, and again, we talked about it, it was actually just a 59-second drive for Milford with their one and only drive of this 3rd quarter so far. So the defense has been out on the field the majority of the way here so far, and perhaps a little bit of fatigue setting in here. Coach Olson giving this defense a chance to get their breath here, get some water, and hope to maybe make a goal line stand here, Cody.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the timeout is telling enough because, you know, in a second half in a game like this, you want to try to save those timeouts. But Coach Olson recognizing they've been on the field a lot, like you said, and it's still very humid out there tonight. It's a real sticky night. And you got to have your guys as charged as you can. But this has been a grueling 3rd quarter for Milford so far. And you know that defense is feeling it a bit at this point.
Natick very confident as they have the 14-6 lead. 1st and goal now from the 10 as they put it in the hands of Sjosted. Sjosted rips it up the middle. He's going to be shy of the goal line here as he dove forward, but is brought down just shy of the end zone. It'll be 2nd and goal. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 3.
Right inside there, another easy run, just following the man, a good hole there, good tackle in the 2nd level to stop them from getting in the end zone. But now you're right there on the goal line. Strength versus strength here. Who's going to make the play in a game like this? You know what they're going with it. You know they're going to run the ball. I'd be surprised if they didn't anyways, the way they've been running it.
They have 2 running backs. It's Mortarelli and Sjosted off to the left of the QB. They hand it off to Mortarelli, and he plunges it in for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown rush for Mortarelli. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, doubles his touchdown output on the season, and continues to grow this Redhawks lead.
Mortarelli's having himself a game. That offensive line on Natick is having themselves a game. And right now, it's really gut check time for Milford. You know, it's been a close game, and really need to come out here and do something. Plenty of football left. However, it's really, really heavy momentum on that opposite sideline.
And an easy extra point. So 21-6 now. And this was a little bit of the formula that led to a frustrating season for Milford a year ago. We saw a lot of opening drive scores for this team, leading to some early optimism, but the offense fading as the game went on, unable to tack on, and ultimately allowing their opposition to really take control of the game. And right now, that is the script playing out here on the MHS turf. And this has been a matchup overall, Cody, that has been favorable to Milford. These teams have matched up every season since 2021. Milford with a 4-1 record in those matchups, including a win the only time that they met up in the postseason. Natick, however, their win came last season, and right now in good position here on Milford's home field with a couple of scores lead with 6:26 to go in the third.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been a close series, and you know what you're looking at right now is the score might be a bit misleading. Both teams have struggled, and you hate to see that on this kickoff. It's just not falling Milford's way like it did in that first half. Some of those bounces went their way and so forth, and things just aren't clicking right now for the Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, all of those bounces seem to go in Milford's favor. We saw a fumble early in the first quarter that bounced right back into Lecerbo's hands. Some of those wild turnover plays in the first half, but right now all the bounces going in Natick's direction, including there on a squib kick up the middle. Took a couple of bounces towards Rosenberg, and then he just could not settle it down and ended up downing it right around the Milford 10.
Well, now they're looking at a long field here, and how does Coach Olson want to handle this moment of the game? Got to push the ball down the field now a little bit more than they have to this point.
It is Buentello who carries it on first down, able to get it out towards the 15-yard line.
A lot of hard yards for Buentello tonight. He's definitely going to be feeling this in the morning tomorrow. A lot of runs up the middle with that big, strong defensive line. And, you know, again, not to stress it too much, but at some point you got to start pushing the ball. You got to start opening up that playbook just a little bit. Let Lecerbo, you know, maybe let him do a little dancing, get him out on the edge a little bit. But something's got to change now when you're down 15.
Second down and 6 after that gain of 4 for Buentello. Clock ticking down to 5 minutes to go as Lecerbo drops back, has some time, guns it over the middle. It is complete for the first down. A solid throw reeled in by the captain, Dylan Burns, getting it out close to the 30-yard line, and one of the nicest hookups we've seen in this passing game in the second half.
Yeah, excellent route run there. Excellent catch by Dylan Burns. That's a big first down. You know, any first down's big right now, but the way things have gone, just to get that out of your end zone and get a little bit more breathing room is going to be so key right now, especially for Lecerbo, to try to get him back into a groove and into a bit of a repetition here of trying to throw that ball a little bit more accurately.
First and 10 now, the ball spotted on the 27, so Milford with a little bit more breathing room on their side of the field after getting pinned back at the 10 to start this drive. Lecerbo drops back, now rolls out, and guns a very off-balance throw that is incomplete on the near sideline. Lecerbo maybe losing his footing there as he tried to find Finnemore, but that ball was not close.
Yeah, tough throw, trying to go across your body. Tough place to go with it, especially rolling out to his weak side with being a right-handed thrower. But, you know, it's okay. He didn't get hit. Just throw it out of bounds. Better than, you know, trying to make too much out of it or having an issue like that.
And one interesting note from the sideline, I can't help but notice that Tyler Stewart right now has the helmet off and has crutches as he is moving around the sideline. So perhaps on that last blocked field goal attempt, he ended up getting banged up. And so from the look of it, he is out for the rest of this game. And so Milford's kicker now added to the injury list for the Scarlet Hawks team, as now it is Buentello who gets the carry towards the outside, able to get a nice second effort there to get a couple of extra yards, but it'll still be a third and long situation coming up here for Milford.
Yeah, that kicker injury, that could play big depending on how the rest of this game unfolds. Just like you said, the depth is not a friend of Milford's roster, and you really don't like to see that. You don't like to see anybody limping around, anybody on crunches. It's just a sight you don't want to see. And it's really gut check time for Milford. You know, this part of the game, this is a tough place to be in. Your kicker's hurt. It's been kind of leaning their way, but it can turn just as quick.
Quickly coming down to 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Now a 21-6 lead for the Red Hawks. The Natick student section making their voices heard as Lecerbo steps through some pressure, but that ball underthrown as he was looking to connect with Buentello, who was out running a pattern over the middle, but that was incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 7 coming up, and a likely punt here for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like on that throw it might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage. It was kind of a wobbler. I think it may have gotten hit coming out. He was under a lot of pressure too. It just could have been a combination of things there, but tough way. Just 1 first down coming out of your own end zone on that one.
So on 4th and 7, it's again Finnemore lined up to make the punt. That takes a hop at the 45-yard line. It will stay in bounds, and it rolls to a stop at the 37-yard line of the Red Hawks. So it just seems that as this game has gone on, Natick has really had the better of the field position on a lot of their drives, and again, they'll be able to start this one from the 37.
Yeah, you know, you've noticed it's been a lot more Milford with the end zone at their back, and Natick coming out and being kind of closer to the midfield area, and just really kind of taking advantage of that field position, not trying to do too much, but just believe in the running, believe in the big offensive line. And it's just been very tough going coming out of halftime so far for Milford. And you can hope that they can try to come up with a stop here, try to get something done, try to make some type of play to sway that momentum a little bit in their favor.
So 1st and 10 for Natick. Official line of scrimmage is the Red Hawks 38. They hand it off to Sjosted, who has room up the middle. He is loose into the open field. No one is going to run him down. It's another long touchdown rush here for the Red Hawks. This running game for Natick just absolutely eating Milford alive right now. Just one play needed on the drive for the Red Hawks to extend this lead.
Well, we've talked about it all night. The strength in Natick is their defense and their offensive line. They come out, 2 backs in there, plenty of space, and as soon as he hit that second level, the safety was coming up, no one home, and he can take it all the way to the house into the end zone. And boy, it's just been one of those third quarters out there. It's been all running the football for Natick, and they just cannot stop it. They just do not have an answer for that running attack for Natick.
As the point after is up and good. So after 3 long touchdown rushes for Mortarelli, this time it is Jack Sjosted who takes it 62 yards for a rushing touchdown on just one single play for this beleaguered Milford defense. And it is now 28-6 Red Hawks. 3:03 to go, and we've already seen now 3 drives for Natick in this third quarter. They've all ended in touchdowns, and 2 of those drives have been 2 plays or less.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, when you have your defensive unit on the field as much as they have been, fatigue wears in, your offense comes on the field, a lot of 3 and outs, maybe a first down here and there, not enough time to get into a rhythm, and you're really seeing those factors hurt Milford right now, especially in this third. And you know, the first half was very similar, but there was a lot of odd plays, but it's really taken a toll at this point of the game.
Rosenberg reels in this catch right outside the goal line, takes it back up the middle, gets to the second level of these special teams, and then gets wrestled down with a high tackle right at the Milford 45-yard line. Rosenberg gets right back to his feet. The biggest play that this Milford team has produced in quite a while as they're able to finally get some good field position here as they will start this drive from their own 46.
Well, you know, all it takes is one play sometimes, and there's, you know, plenty of football left to be played. And now it's critical that Milford is able to take this good field position, take that return, and make something out of this. Take it one drive at a time. When you're down big like this, you don't want to look too far ahead. Just one play at a time, one score at a time. Let's see what they can do with this.
2:55 to go in the third quarter. Lacerbo puts that ball in the hands of Buentello, who immediately gets met in the backfield. And Cody, I have no doubt that part of the decision-making here for the coaching staff is just the extreme size of this defensive front for Natick, perhaps protecting the smaller running backs on this team like Wanderson Dos Santos. But that being said, Wantello has been in the backfield for every single play of this game. He's taken a beating out there. You wish that Milford could do something to maybe vary up that running game a little bit, to give Wantello a rest and give this Natick team a little bit of something different to look at.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got you got Dos Santos that you haven't used too much tonight, and you got to change things up a little bit. You got to give your guy a break, and I fully agree. Try to mix it up a little bit. Try to move this defensive line around a lot.
Lacerbo looking to throw. He has a receiver open, completed onto the Natick side of the field. That was Brian Voss-Leal making his first catch of the game and setting up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go here for Milford.
And another thing to mention as well is not necessarily needing a 2-minute offense here, but maybe just try to speed it up a little bit, just to try to change up the pace a little bit, try to get into some type of a groove, because Milford's offense has not had enough time to get into a rhythm, especially in this 3rd quarter. And I just think it's key to just keep them on the field a little bit and let them just keep moving around, not being too stationary, to try to get something out of this drive.
Wantello on the sideline here, so Milford does change things up here on this 3rd down and 4 play. It is Rosenberg in the backfield as Lacerbo guns it over the middle. It is complete into the hands again of Voss-Leal, but he looked to be just shy of the first. Let's see where they spot this ball.
It's going to be close.
They do mark it down right at the 44-yard line. And so it doesn't look like they're going to do a measurement. This is going to be 4th down and inches here for Milford.
Well, if there's any chance to get back into this football game, you have to have this. You cannot give this ball back to Natick. You have got to find a way to impose your will and get this 1st down in a game like this, and try to give yourself something to hang your hat on going into the 4th quarter.
Final 20 seconds about to come off this 3rd quarter clock. 4th and inches. You have Lacerbo under center, I beg your pardon, out of the shotgun. He hands it off to Rosenberg, nearly slipped free there, was able to get plenty for the 1st down as he crosses inside the 40-yard line down to the 37. And less than 10 seconds to go. Milford will come to the sideline. They'll let the rest of this 3rd quarter clock tick down. So headed to the final 12 minutes here. Milford with one of their most promising drives really since early on in this game, Cody, but they're going to have to score, and they're going to have to score relatively quickly if they want any chance to try to climb back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to want to be quick, and just like you said right there, they change it up a little. They give it to Rosenberg and let him kind of do his thing, get out on the edge, get away from those big defensive linemen. But you're right, you can get a good play here. You can find some success with running, but at the end of the day, you're not only playing against Natick right now, you're also playing against the clock. And when you're down by these many points in the 4th quarter, 12 minutes goes really fast. So Milford's going to need to try to find a way to work the sideline a little, but push that ball down the field, because it's not just a beat Natick now, it's beating the clock as mentioned. So let's see how Coach Olson wants to fire up his troops here. How does he want to handle this? But you still have to continue to push the ball. And I say as well, whatever you can do to try to get that defensive line not involved, call that play. That's what I say.
So starting the 4th quarter now, Milford 1st and 10 with the ball down to the Natick 37. Tim Coet and Cody Crawford here with you on the call on this Friday night as Lacerbo rolls to his right. Sends it over the middle. It is caught by Finnemore down close to the 26-yard line. So as we enter into the 4th quarter action, we want to acknowledge all of our great sponsors helping make our sports coverage happen here on Milford TV. Coverage is brought to you in part by Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude, serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza. Coverage also brought to you in part by Rentschler Biopharma, proud sponsor of our broadcast booth at their Milford site. They offer full-service solutions along the entire biopharmaceutical value chain. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And of course, the presenting sponsor of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. As Rosenberg gets the handoff again here, as he is able to stay on his feet, walking the tightrope down that near sideline, gets inside the 20. He is shy of the first down, but they'll mark him out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And so, again, Cody, Milford doing exactly what we were talking about moments ago. Buentello to the sideline for now, using Rosenberg out of the backfield, and it's definitely given a different element here to this running game. Milford finding some success.
Yeah, they're using their speed to their advantage. When you have a defense like Natick's that real heavy up front, you got to get out on the edge. You got to take advantage of that speed. And also, as well, keep along that sideline. Stop that clock when you can. So, again, I say stick to that formula. Don't change it up. Let your skill guys get it done for you.
11 minutes and 11 seconds on this fourth quarter clock. Right back in the hands of Rosenberg. Tries to squeeze through that line, but this time is brought down. And right, it looks to be at the yard to gain. And no, they're going to mark him again, just shy. It's going to be a third down and inches play this time.
That's a sight you don't want to see, running into a line, seeing big number 72 on Natick. Legend Millard, he has been a force out there tonight and made a nice tackle there, saving that first down. But right now the clock continues to run, and that's not on our side, just ticking away.
Milford right now with all three of their timeouts listed. So it's third down and less than a yard to go. It is Buentello back out onto the field. He runs it straight into the pile, but he gets what Milford needed for the first down. Brought down just outside the 10. They'll mark him down, looks like just outside the 12-yard line.
Good job getting the first down there, but again, kind of taking their time here, being a little bit more patient than you would like to see at this point of the game. Get a fresh set of downs is nice. It's essentially first and goal where they're positioned at. I mean, you can't technically get a first down, but I say shoot for the end zone here.
You've been able to force Natick to respect the running game a bit more here, so you wonder if Lacerbo will take a shot at the end zone here. He rolls out to his right. He sends it to the goal line, and the pass is incomplete. He was looking for Atherton right at the pylon, but that ball falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know, they roll out Lacerbo there. All the receivers going into the same area. Everyone pick your lane. Atherton was in a bit of a good view for Lacerbo there, but a nice defensive play just knocking that away. Clock stops now. Let's see if they can try to do it again.
9 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. It is paused at the moment as Lacerbo runs back to the huddle to give the play call.
So it's been a methodical drive here. Need some points out of this.
2nd and 10. It's Buentello to the left of the QB, Lacerbo. They fake the handoff. They send it into the flat. It is caught there by Dio Rodriguez. He's brought down around the 5-yard line, where it will be third down coming up.
Wide receiver screen, just a quick out there. Nice spin move put on to try to break that tackle. Just couldn't quite get there. So another critical third down. It's going to be difficult to get a first down here from how close it is. But, you know, they need something big here. They need to punch this in.
And so an injury on the field right now as Milford has a player down.
Looks like Rodriguez is down. Number 13.
So that pauses the clock with 8 minutes and 56 seconds to go. So while we have a break in the action, we can give you an update on what our sports coverage schedule is going to look like going into next week, when we'll start to get towards the month of October. We will be back with sports action with you on Monday night, as we'll be back in the gym for girls volleyball coverage. It will be the girls taking on the Oliver Ames Tigers, with that action expected around 5 p.m. in the MHS gym on Monday. So we'll be live across our platforms for that coverage. And then we'll have boys soccer for you coming up on Tuesday next week as the Scarlet Hawks team returns home to take on the Mansfield Hornets. That's a 4 o'clock start for the boys soccer team on Tuesday. So again, you can catch all of that action live across all of our Milford TV platforms on Monday and Tuesday next week. Clock rolling now towards 8.5 minutes to play. A lot of time coming off the clock here on this drive for Milford. It's Wentello in the backfield with Lacerbo, 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Movement on the line there, no flag as Lacerbo is in trouble. He is brought down, and after a host of big plays on offense, it is the captain, James Mortarelli, who was able to get to the Milford quarterback and bring him down back at the 20-yard line for a huge loss and setting up 4th down for the Hawks.
Huge loss, a devastating loss there when you have that a short there right near the goal line. And Natick sent a large blitz. They sent a lot of people in there, and it was just a matter of time. You'd love to see Lacerbo try to throw that ball away just to try to preserve a 4th and short, but now this is what you have. You have a 4th and long. It's going to have to go into the end zone one way or the other. You can't rely on trying to pick up this 1st down, in my opinion. This is about as critical as it gets in a game like this.
You would have to get it down to the 3-yard line to get a 1st down here on this 4th and 15. As Lacerbo takes the snap, Wentello providing some extra protection, but now Lacerbo gets picked up and dropped to the turf for another sack. Back-to-back sacks of the Milford quarterback forces a turnover on downs, and that might just be the dagger in this game tonight for Milford.
Nowhere to go. Lacerbo didn't see the man coming up from behind him. Takes a hard hit. Not the first one he's taken tonight. Ball pops out. Natick recovers it, and just like that, for the 2nd time today, Milford gets down deep into the zone and just can't get any points on the board and comes away with nothing.
And Cody, this goes back to really one of the question marks about this roster for Milford before the season even started. The reality of this team with the numbers down, especially in the upperclassmen ranks. The Scarlet Hawks depending on a lot of underclassmen, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Half of this team is made up of underclassmen. And when you get into a matchup against a team like this with the size and the veteran presence that this Natick team has, there's just only so much you can do. You can't coach size, as the saying goes, and I think that might be something that Milford is learning in this one tonight.
Yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn, but you're absolutely right. I mean, you can't coach size, and when you look at the way this game has gone, you're going to really look back at that first quarter, a lot of missed opportunities. You had that possession down there at the opposite end where we tried to kick the field goal instead of going for it. That might be something you would want to take back. And it really comes down to, you can't teach size, but a lot of missed opportunities out there tonight, and that's going to really hurt Milford when they go back and watch the tape the way this game has gone. Again, not over yet. Anything can happen, but when you miss 2 opportunities inside your own zone to capitalize and get some type of points out of it, it makes it more and more difficult to keep it a game. And when you're down big like this, that's something that you really can't afford.
So Milford ended up taking a timeout. They did adjust the timeouts on the scoreboard. So 1 timeout left for Milford. 7 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this game, as it is 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks from their own 20. And here is Shosted trying to get loose in the open field. Not this time, as he is wrestled down by Dylan Burns, but still able to get a 1st down carry.
Yeah, just doing what they've done all night. They've one thing, Natick has really found a lot of success on the edges in the running game tonight. Running right there, right in the area, right where the tight end and the tackle are, right in that area. Whether it's on the left side of the field or the right side of the field, they just are finding a lot of room there. And now it's just about using the clock for Natick and sticking to the running game and hoping Milford can make a stop. But the way tonight's gone, that Milford defense must be tired.
And we certainly thought that this game would be perhaps the biggest test of the season so far for this Natick defense. who has been superb so far on the season. A 35-0 shutout win at home against Newton North in week 1, a 27-0 shutout win on the road against Needham in week 2, and then a shootout, 42 points put up by Natick in week 3 at home against Walpole. 42-14 was the final score in that game. So only 14 total points allowed through the first 3 weeks of the season. They let up a touchdown on the opening drive here for Milford. So again, gave perhaps a glimmer of hope that maybe Milford would be the team to break through against this defense. But again, just a credit to these Redhawks. They have been able to bear down as this game has gone on and really limit the opportunities for the Scarlet Hawks, in particular in this second half.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Milford, they've averaged over 33 points a game this year. But like we said in the beginning of the game, it's going to be a battle of strengths, defense versus offense. And tonight, that Natick defense has really shown up, and they've really shown that there are legit unit to have to deal with throughout the rest of the season as it moves on, and we get closer and closer to the state tournament and things of that nature. It's a solid unit, and Milford saw it firsthand tonight.
Milford, who came into this week in third place position in the power rankings for Division 3. Natick, I believe, was 7th in a very crowded, very talented D1. As here goes Mortarelli. Milford, who has to send about 4 or 5 defenders to finally bring number 15 down to the turf, who continues to rip off gigantic runs here for this Redhawks offense.
I tell you, Mortarelli is a force out there tonight. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 guys over there to try to make that tackle. And he has just been on a league of his own out there tonight for Natick.
And meanwhile, the last thing that Milford wants to see with this game likely out of reach is Eli Rosenberg right now, who stays down on the turf. The training staff comes out to the field.
Well, you can only hope at this point that maybe it's just some type of a cramp with how humid it is out there tonight. You see him trying to stretch that leg out. Let's hope it's nothing serious. Again, like you said, depth is always a battle that seems to be losing on Milford's side. And it's good to see him on his feet. Hopefully that's all it is. They can give him some water and stretch him out a bit. And disaster averted, we can hope.
So down to 5 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. And as we start to think about the future as Milford turns the page from this game, they're going to be doing a lot of work away from their home field, as we've talked about throughout the season so far, predominantly road games before the playoffs. After this game finishes up tonight, Milford will not be home again until the day before Halloween, October 30th, a Thursday home game for Milford when they return home. And we'll see what the landscape of the Hockomock League is and the Division 3 power rankings by then. But still time to go in this one, 5.5 minutes. Casey with a flip back to Shosted on 1st and 10. A flag comes in from behind as the running back is brought down just shy of the 35-yard line.
Looks like the error of holding.
And really a credit to Natick, who had some undisciplined penalties early in this game, Cody. They really cleaned that up. This is the first penalty, I believe, in the second half for these Redhawks, and it's certainly made a big difference in helping them seize control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That beginning of the game, it was a real whirlwind because you saw a lot of, the turnover on the punt and the penalties, and it really seesawed the game at the beginning, but they've cleaned it up in the second half. They've made minimal mistakes. You're seeing it on the scoreboard, unfortunately, in the second half for Milford. But really, the difference has been the running game. They've just pushed that Milford defensive line all the second half.
Eli Rosenberg continues to get worked on the sidelines now. 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock as Casey hands it off. And it's Buentello who makes a tackle on Shosted, who's able to get this ball back inside Milford territory down to the 45-yard line.
And at this point of the game, Buentello, he's been everywhere tonight. He's been running, tackling, playing defense, playing offense. A little slow out there, getting up a little slower. Maybe let the young man take a break at this point of the game. Again, you don't want to have any type of injuries in a game like this. You're to the point now where it's looking very tough. So maybe something to consider for coach out there with what you're seeing on the sideline, some guys limping around, a kicker on crutches. Just been that type of night at the office for Milford.
2nd down and 12 as they put it back in the hands of Mortarelli. Burrows his way forward inside the 40-yard line down to about the 37. Now it'll set up 3rd down and short. And right now, Natick in no sign of taking their foot off the accelerator in this game. Still all their key personnel out on the field, taking this game right down to the end, looking to maximize the damage here against Milford.
3rd down and 4.
Yeah, just letting that clock run, and as long as they're running the ball like they are, keep that clock running. Just no answer tonight, no answer at all from Milford in this running attack.
This defense just worn down. A lot of long drives, a lot of big chunk yardage for Natick. They've hurt them in a lot of different ways, and here it is Sjosted who slides to a stop. He gives himself up there inbounds to keep the clock moving.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a captain move right there. Sjosted has had a great game tonight as well for Natick. One of the leaders out there, one of the captains of the team. And that is just a smart, intelligent play. It really shows how well coached those Natick players are. Sliding down, keeping it in bounds to keep that clock running. And now we're under almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. And if you run out of bounds, you might have, lost a minute of clock burn. So just a very smart play there, very disciplined play.
And so clock rolling towards 2 minutes to play. 1st and 10 now. Low snap picked up by Casey. And they put the ball in the hands of number 26. That's Levi Oliveira.
Number 26, Levi.
And no matter who they put in this running attack for Natick right now, able to get some big positive yardage.
Yep, no matter what they do, they keep getting, 5, 6, 8 yards and just wearing this defense down, one run at a time. And that's why you get those big runs. That's why you get a big difference in time of possession. And that Milford defense is, hands on their sides. They've had a long night in the office tonight and a warm, hot night.
Garen Fraunfelter walking gingerly on the sideline as well. So a lot of these Milford players have really taken a beating here tonight. And you get to this point in the game and you really start to think about how different would this night have been with a healthy Jason Stokes. That's certainly another question that you can ask as this game continues to get further out of Milford's reach. And it's certainly a lot to put on one player, Cody, but obviously the dynamic that Stokes brings to the table in the running game, in the passing game, on defense, to lose a dynamic weapon like that, it's a big blow, and it really changed the entire game plan, no doubt, for Coach Olson going into this week.
Oh, no question, no question. I mean, when you lose that type of a dynamic player, especially in a game like this, where you can, you're already somewhat undermanned, it's very hard to overcome. And you could see it all night. You could see it in some goal line situations where they would normally use him. And that loss was felt a lot tonight for Milford.
3rd down and 2, and we're almost at the end here. Just 37 seconds left on the clock as Milford is able to stuff this running play. We'll see if Natick will need to run another play here.
Number 16, Marco Mariano on the carry. He's running good for a Natick first down.
And Natick in no particular hurry, and looking like they will let the rest of this clock run down as they come to the middle of the field to shake hands with their Milford opponents. The final 5 seconds about to tick down, and so that's going to wrap things up here on the field tonight as it's all zeros on the scoreboard. And so just a tough one here tonight, Cody, for the Scarlet Hawks. Again, such a promising start with that opening drive touchdown, but credit to the Natick Red Hawks. They really owned this game from there on.
Yeah, the way the game started, it was really back and forth, and it wasn't too pretty. It was pretty sloppy out there with the penalties and the fumbles, and initially Milford had a lot of those go their way, and they just weren't able to fully capitalize on it to really make this type of situation a little closer. So it's very unfortunate that the way it turned out, and they'll have to look at that, and hopefully they can get healthy with this brutal road stretch.
And so, unfortunately, with the loss, Milford's winning streak here to start the season comes to an end. They will fall now to 3-1 overall on the season, but the wins keep coming for the Red Hawks as they improve to 4-0 on the season and looking to right now be the favorite to come out of that Kerry division in the Bay State Conference. And so as we start to wind things down on the coverage here tonight, again, we remind everyone that Milford will be on the road for the next several weeks. Coming up next week, they will be on the road in Barnstable. That game coming up on October the 3rd. Then on October 10th, Milford will travel finally to their first Kelly Rex opponent on the season, the Attleboro Bombardiers. That's also a 6 o'clock start time, and then a 6 o'clock start, or I beg your pardon, they will have a bye week, a sorely needed bye week on October 17th before they finally return home here on October 30th to take on the take on the Franklin Panthers. That will be on October 30th. They'll also have a matchup with the King Philip Warriors in there. It's a long stretch, Cody. It's a brutal stretch, some really tough teams in there. So Milford's going to have to try to find a way to put this game in the rearview mirror, sort of refocus, hopefully get healthy, and then test their luck against some tough teams coming up here on the schedule.
This is a very delicate situation for the Milford team. They've got some injuries. It was a tough loss tonight, and a lot of times in games like this, the coach might just throw the tape away and just move on, but there's a lot to be learned tonight. You are shorthanded, but if you clean up those mistakes and you clean up those penalties, it really could be a different game. And now you're going on the road, and again, the way Milford has played this year, maybe being on the road a little bit, got that road warrior mentality, can do well. There was jitters out there tonight, and it's a very important stretch, and it will be very interesting to see where they are once we get back home in October against Franklin.
So again, we wish Milford the best of luck as they go out on a really critical road trip. Again, they'll be away next week on the road against Barnstable for any fans that want to make the trip out there. Certainly a long drive for Milford coming up after a long week of practice coming up this week as they try to put this loss in the rearview mirror. So that's going to wrap things up here from the field tonight. I want to extend a big thank you to our Milford TV crew doing an outstanding job covering this game tonight. We have our director, Patrick Garapi, up on top of the press box on our main camera tonight is Scott Crisafulli, and then we had not one but two field camera operators for this game tonight, Ethan Novelli and Darren Cornoyer, doing an outstanding job bringing you all of the sights and sounds from this game, doing an outstanding job. And of course, for Cody Crawford, I am Tim Coet, bringing you this action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. That final score, one final time, 28-6. Natick defeats Milford. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.